Tuesday, January 25th, the Uganda Red Cross Society reported that 9 people died and property worth millions of shillings was destroyed when mudslides triggered by heavy rains ravaged Kabale, Rukeri and Buzei villages in Kisoro district in western Uganda. In September last year, in Okwaloatala village in Aleptong district, 387 kilometers north of Kampala, 5 people were killed in a lightning strike. It appears the weather patterns have not only become unpredictable, but also more ferocious, with thousands displaced by floods, while ironically, some areas suffer severe drought. What most people are unaware of is that they are caught up in the global phenomenon of climate change. The increased water in the lakes has not only displaced and robbed thousands of their livelihoods, but also exposed communities to increased incidences of malaria and other waterborne diseases. It has also destroyed critical infrastructure like roads, making access to markets and basic social services like health facilities a challenge. In Chibiro, a small fishing village on the shores of Lake Albert in western Uganda, Selina Buikwara, 85 years of age, laments that the traditional salt mines that had for centuries provided livelihoods to the residents are being submerged, threatening the livelihoods of 4,000 people, mainly women.
Munyanja emisiri ekagenda yagaruka yayo mukatwa garuka twagiteekaniza kaba mwaka gwankaga nyomanyire munyu nyono gonkora ngo gombesa kandi atire ebyenfuna ebyo mwana wange buli muntu afuna abwayi amanyire nkutahia mulingo guno urundi ntunzire mtu waro yange rundi ebiri esatu atahize munju ateze egiyona indagimanya nkumanya yange yinkora ate ebibyona binyase ebyoka kurore egiyoneka bamisiri bantu bakakera bakafu banyine ngorite bakafu banyine ito bafu bamukozani bamwegesa munyu guno achumbe munyu guno ayihe mukasente agure ugoye ati muzaire nakora munyu guno kasende ngaruba muna akatwaranga ahasomero.
You see now how people are moving in this place. It is really difficult and you cannot access going to the other side. And the place is very big, very big. It is a parish of itself. It has 3 villages and with a population of over 1,000. Assuming now a mother is pregnant and now the time for deliverance comes, you find that it might come at night. Now crossing this side going to Koblublu becomes a problem because we have a health center too here which is not recommended for delivery. Yes, so that is a challenge. Sometimes we cross even here at night, which is so risky. And if it continues to be like this, actually it will be so terrible for us because, you know, when you are crossing here, you have to pay money. Even those who are sick, who are going to the health unit, they have to pay money. Even those who are going to school, they have to pay money. And even if you are crossing this side, you have to pay money. Coming back and to and fro, you have to pay money. So if it continues to be like this, then automatically we don't know what will come because we are like now people who are in prison.
Most weather models also predict that East Africa will be getting wetter in the years to come, increasing the risk of floods and displacement associated with more intense rainfall. The frequency of extremely wet short rains October to December is expected to increase. It is key to strengthening the resilience of populations to climate shocks since unprecedented extremes are expected. According to Dr. Kalis Tindimugaya, a water resources specialist with the Ministry of Water and Environment, the blame is on the changing climate and environment destruction.
The impacts have been very, very big. For example, if I start with Lake Victoria, I think the people who are listening to us and viewing us know that many of the hotels around Lake Victoria have actually been flooded. Many of them were really affected, and some of them, you find that some of the buildings within those hotels are not yet being used because they were affected by floods. The rising water levels have basically affected us and taken us back. The investments we have made, and that's why the economy has been shocked. Wetlands have been destroyed. Wetlands should be stores of water, but they have been destroyed. Forests have been cut. Many of the forest reserves are actually being turned into gardens, into industries, into buildings. Hills are bare. When it rains, the water comes very fast. I do hope that as Ugandans who have woken up, we have realized that nature can get annoyed, that nature can actually fight back, and when nature fights back, we cannot do anything.
As the changing climate hits home, the government is in the process of formulating a 10-year restoration plan for the environment. This is expected to repair the damage that has been caused to the forests and wetlands over the years. Also, the Ministry of Water and Environment is hoping to roll out the planned 40 million tree planting campaign every year. This has been pending for the last 2 years because of measures put in place to control the spread of COVID-19. Apart from restoration of the environment, the government is also considering construction of dams to increase the storage capacity of water in areas where the water can easily be harnessed for irrigation. In addition, the water can be channeled into underground aquifers where it can be stored and used in the future. Also, plans are underway to desil some of the water bodies and build walls around some of the flood-prone areas.
Download the app on App Store or Google Play Store now. Vision Digital Experience, the future of media.